Soul Sister series, In Pursuit of a Pleasure-Filled Life.
Thinking like I almost feel like men have more interactions with actually being inside of the vagina than women do. And
true. But see, that just makes me feel like everything just makes me feel like we're more and more removed from the insides. And other people know more about the insides of us than we do.
But then I think that's why you were probably like steam pot, why some of you are like, what are you putting up there? Like, but I'm sure if some man, a medical doctor, said that this was the thing that you should do to women be running like, yay!
Right. I think my thought was just like, someone else is putting together a concoction of stuff that's gonna go on my vagina. I need to know what that stuff is. That's what I was concerned about.
I hear you.
And once I realized that it was, natural like herbs or flowers and stuff, and I've even seen stuff recently at your favorite place, Urban Outfitters, where they have they're selling. This is what I love and hate. Urban Outfitters is evil. They are evil geniuses at. Yeah, here's some flowers. This one is specifically for you to heat up and put on your face. And I'm just like, really? You can probably get these flowers together yourself, steam them, put the towel over your face, have your pores open.
But you know what really makes me upset is that people would quicker take it from Urban Outfitters than from
absolutely
a sage or an elder.
Absolutely.
Or some old Chinese lady who's like, listen, steam it.
Right.
That's what's crazy. How we have this thing with authority. Like the man got to tell us.
Right.
Walmart got to tell us. Urban Outfitters, but we're going so left. Let me bring it back right. Welcome, Lindsay, to Soul TV.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So tell us, Oceans and Rivers. What's that?
So Oceans and Rivers is my practice where I integrate acupuncture, flower essences, and mind-body wellness to help women achieve personal transformation, to get out of their own way, and to reach their highest potential.
All things that we here at Soul TV love.
All about it. Yes.
So Lindsay, tell us about flower essences.
So flower essences are homeopathically prepared remedies that you take internally, and what they're used for is for clearing up stuck emotions or moving through perceptions that are no longer serving you. So a lot of people confuse them with essential oils, which are the oils we use in aromatherapy that smell really nice. We put in oil burners. These are different. These you take internally, almost like you would take an herbal prescription. And basically what they do is that it's based on the philosophy that every plant has an intention or a truth. And through water, we ingest that truth and bring it into our lives.
Oh my goodness, that's, kind of like teas when we have tea, because we have like rose tea, and I know women who struggle with their reproductive system. They have different teas. So this idea that these flowers have this power.
They have this power, and they have this meaning, and they have this wellness that they want us to have, and whether they deliver that to us through tea, like a food, or whether they deliver it to us through a flower essence as a vibration. Either way, it's this idea that nature is here to help us as part of an expression of the feminine power of the earth.
Oh, I love that. Nature is here to help us as part of the feminine expression
of the earth itself.
I love it. I love it. So can you give us an example of what kind of flower essences could we use if we wanted to just pursue pleasure from our divine feminine self?
Right. So that's a really great question, and what I love about flower essences is that they have so many different entry points. So the first thing that I think about is, what is blocking someone's pursuit of pleasure? Because pleasure is something that we all have naturally. We come out of the womb literally ready for pleasure, so it's not something we have to add to our lives. But along the way, stuff gets in the way. And so how do we clear out what's in the way, right? So one of the things that I see a lot with women that come into my practice is this idea of guilt and pleasure. And how do we allow ourselves to just experience pleasure without feeling like we're supposed to be somewhere else, without feeling like we're supposed to do something else? And so this flower is California peony. So this is one that I use a lot in my practice. And I'm just going to read one of the affirmations that relates to this flower. Is this idea that I celebrate the joy and juice of bodily life. I am succulent with possibility.
Juicy and succulent.
Juicy and succulent.
I don't know. That sounds like pleasure to me.
And so exactly. So this flower is one that comes up a lot for women who just are like kind of stuck in allowing themselves to have pleasure. Another flower that comes up an awful lot, particularly for women of color, is this flower called Pretty Face. And what Pretty Face does, what I love about this flower, is that it allows us to embrace our own inherent, natural, goddess-given beauty. So we live in a society that has a very particular standard of beauty, and that gets in the way of women being able to enjoy their body, to enjoy their figures, to enjoy their features, to enjoy their hair. And so Pretty Face deals with that kind of inner confidence and allows us to have that inner glue that just makes us walk down the street and say, I got it, I know you're looking at me, I'm cute today and every day. So that's Pretty Face. So that's another type of joy that comes up. And then this flower is called Pussy Paws. And I call this the meow mix of the flower essence spectrum. And so what Pussy Paws deals with is the ability to be sensitive and responsive to touch.
Oh.
Ow. Get it.
I like it. I like it.
So a lot of us have had experiences where our experiences with touch have not been as soft and as feminine and as sacred and as honest and as pure as we would like them to be. And so Pussy Paws is a flower that brings back that sensuality, whether it's with a mate or a partner, and exploring the boundaries of yourself and other, which is very juicy, and it feels very much like, oh, I just want to touch everything. Or it's your own sensuality, like how do I feel when I'm putting on lotion in the morning? How does my skin feel, and how do I embrace the joy and the succulence of my own self? And then this one is my favorite. This one is one that's kind of a door opener. And it's called Alpine Lily. And Alpine Lily is really about embracing the feminine through ourselves. And the affirmation that goes with it is, I see my feminine self as whole. So a lot of times we as women, we tend to talk about our menstrual cycles as a negative. Oh, it's that time of month again. Or, oh, I've got cramps. And, what Alpine Lily does is that it helps to harmonize our crown chakra and our lower chakra so that we can really feel the feminine goddessness within us. And so it's just that walking through life and feeling like, yes, I am the goddess. I am a living, breathing manifestation of the goddess.
Wow.
Even here in Brooklyn.
I love it. Especially here in Brooklyn.
Especially
I don't know about
here
you.
In Brooklyn.
I'm
exactly.
a Brooklyn goddess all day. And we have a last one.
And this one is hibiscus. Hibiscus is for harmonizing the heart and the reproductive, our sexuality. It's used when, we've all had heartbreak, let's just be real. Absolutely. We've all had things that have disconnected ourselves from our ability to kind of give love and give of our bodies at the same time. And so hibiscus helps us to reestablish that connection, whether it's through, and whether that disconnection has come through a personal experience or just from being in a society where women's bodies are hypersexualized out of context. I have a friend who says that a lot of times women's bodies are like furniture. They're like kind of in the scene, but they're not being interacted with.
Oh, I love that.
And so hibiscus helps us to kind of heal that split and that dichotomy between our sexuality and our sensuality and our heart-centered ability to give.
Here at Soul Sister Series, we are all about pursuing pleasure. So tell me, what's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear the word pleasure?
Movement. Sensual movement. Just feeling myself in my body and being able to move in my body, whether it's in intimacy or sexuality or just dancing. Just dancing or roller skating. That's my new thing, roller skating. But this idea of when I think of sensuality, I think about my body, and I think about just being able to just feel my body, like even when I just do this, sitting here, it's like, oh, okay, like it just brings that energy out, that joy and that succulence.
I love it. Succulence.
Succulence. That's my
really
new word.
Great words.
New word for today is succulence.
How do you keep on pursuing pleasure when shit happens? When it's just like everything is going wrong, and I feel like the whole world is against me. How do you, in that moment, continue to pursue pleasure?
A big part of that, whenever I'm really going through the get down and I can't get myself up, that's usually when I'll pick up a flower essence or 2 or 6 or 7, make my little potion and kick it back. And then, as I said before, they act as a catalyst. So then I start attracting the things to me that I need to hear. Because, sometimes when you're going through something, you need to hear something in a very particular way. And so being able to attract that message to yourself, wherever it comes from, whether it's from a book or someone walking down the street or a friend you haven't talked to in a while, or a friend who you talk to every day that just happens to call at the right time, then that starts, for me, it's hearing that thing that I need to hear. And then I start to be able to pull in other things. And I can start having my own agency in terms of like, okay, you can't lay down like this forever. Get up. And then the next thing is usually some kind of movement.
So where could our viewers go to find out more about flower essences and the work that you do?
They can absolutely go to my website. My website is oceansandrivers.com. I also have a blog called Always in My Element that you could go to at alwaysinmyelement.com. And that's where I write about the flower essences and the different ways that they can be used for the different things that we go through and experience.
Lindsay, thank you so much for coming here to Soul TV. You have taught us so much. I already know. I want some pussy paws.
Yes.
A little bit of pretty face.
Mix them all together.
So if you want to know more about Lindsay or flower essences, we look forward to you coming to one of our events. Please log on to soulsisterseries.com and we will see you next time here on Soul TV.
Receive your own mini flower essences mix when you purchase a VIP ticket at soulsisterseries.com for our next event, Your Yoni and You, on Sunday, May 31st. See you there. Soul Sister Series, in pursuit of a pleasure-filled life, though shit keeps on happening. And the flower essences, is it like you apply them?
Girl, you take them. They're
internally?
drops. Yeah, internally.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, flower essences, and it's usually with a little bit of brandy or liquor.
Yeah, so I have a flower
drop it.
essence in the medicine cabinet, the one that we had gotten, and I was looking at it recently because there are a few samples that we got from the retreat, and I'm using a lip balm right now because I didn't feel like going out and getting it, and I was just like, oh, thank God I had this lip balm. And then I was looking at the flower essences, and I'm just like, I wonder what... how, can I use
you were
this?
trying to use the flower essences, like she said, essential oils.
Well, that's how I thought. I haven't used them at all, but when I look at it, I think, do you put it on your body? Is it like one of those things where when you have a
glass of water,
points?
you can throw a few drops there. I usually just take the drops, but have a glass of water, throw a few drops. It doesn't take, you don't taste anything.
Right.
They only last about 2 weeks. A month.
I need to find out what mine, because it doesn't have a name on it, just says flower essence. I need to know what it's for specifically. Yeah.
That would be good. I have a bunch all around.
See, yours says yarrow. It indicates what it is. Mine just says flower
herbal
essences.
supplement. Yeah. I think that,
okay.
Yeah. So you can. So ingredients: water, brandy, sea salt, plant tinctures, and echinacea. And
I know what echinacea is for. I have that with some golden seal.
Organic and biodynamic, wild harvested. Yeah, and you just use it. Okay. And it helps you to kind of assess things differently. So.
Okay. I like that it's for internalizing because, I like to eat and drink. So I'm just like, yummy, something yummy that's going to change the way that I look at things. That sounds awesome.
What I call it, it's like a miracle